and welcome to the Wayfaring Panda. I'm Annette. Today I'm going to be making a Lawn Fawn shadow box card. So I went ahead and colored the images I'm going to use and cut out the cardstock so the video wouldn't be super long. So to make the shadow box card, I'm using the Lawn Fawn shadow box card dies. So I cut out this longer rectangle. You can see that. You need 2 of those. And then on the bigger side, there's kind of a crease here where you'll score it. And on the bigger side, you'll put your window on one of them. So this one has a circle or a rectangle you can use. So I cut out the rectangle. And then I also used the add-on die. And I cut out the grass that I'm going to use here. And then this is actually trees, the leaves from the trees, but I want it to be clouds, so I'm using that because I don't have the cloud dies. And I forgot to show you on this one. So with the original one, you get these 2, which could look like hills. I'm going to make them blue to look like water. So I'm going to use 2. You can use a couple different ones, 3, depending on how big your area is. And then I'm using images that I cut out from, I think I need the white behind that so you can see. This is Swan Soiree. So I stamped these and colored these images off screen just using Copic Markers, and I cut them out with my fussy cut scissors because I don't have the dies. They do have dies that coordinate with this if you'd rather use dies. First, I'm going to put my sentiments on my card. So I'm using the grassy section. I've already gone over that with my embossing buddy so that when I do emboss it, it only sticks to where the stamp is. And the stamp set has different words that you can combine to make sayings. So on the grassy section, I stamped "Life is Beautiful with You," and I'm using VersaFine Clair Black Nocturne ink, and then I'm using clear embossing powder to go over that. I'm doing the same steps on my sentiments on the clouds, and I'm stamping "Have a Happy Mother's Day." This video is part of a YouTube hop with the Facebook group Team Tiny. We're a group of YouTube creators that do paper crafting and have less than 1,000 subscribers. So there won't be any advertisements on our videos. We get together once a month and have a theme and try to help each other grow our channels. So today's theme is interactive cards. So doing a shadow box is one of my favorite interactive cards, although I like a variety because I think interactive cards are very fun. Now to find the other videos, it's a hashtag driven hop. So just click on the hashtag in the description below, which is hashtag Team Tiny Interactive Card Hop. I believe one of our members is giving away a prize, so be sure to listen to all the videos to find out the details and how you can win a prize. Next, I'm using Lawn Fawn's Cloudy Stencil, and I'll be using my blending tool to put on some ink. I'm going to be using scattered straw and spun sugar. These are kind of pastel colors. I'm kind of doing the yellow to look kind of like the sun is just rising, and the pink like you have sometimes different colored clouds. And I'm doing this card as a Lawn Fawn challenge because they're doing a color challenge during April. Of course, I sped this up quite a bit so the video wouldn't be super long. I've been watching people use this stencil for quite a while, and I've been wanting it. And my family went to St. Charles, to their downtown historic area a couple weeks ago, and I found a paper store, so I got this stencil as well as some other products there because we like to support small businesses and local businesses. Next, I'm going around my clouds with the spun sugar just around the edges, and I'm using a little piece of paper to hold it down so I don't have my fingers in the wet ink, which helps me to keep from getting inky fingers, and also so I don't get my fingerprints on the card. Next, I'm using Salty Ocean Distress ink for both of my hills, which is going to serve as a pond. Next, I'm squirting out some Lawn Fundamentals liquid stardust onto my work surface and using a brush to splatter that onto my cloud pieces and my water. I'm also doing that on the side where I stenciled the clouds because I want my whole card to have some shine to it. I am shaking the bottle of the stardust every time before I squirt it out because it has kind of sparkly stuff inside it, so you want to make sure that comes out on your project. I'll put a list of all the products I'm using in the description below. Some of these will be affiliate links. They don't cost you anything extra to use, but I get a small commission from any sales that the links generate, and that helps support my website and YouTube channel. And I really appreciate if you can use those if you go shopping. Finally, I used Mowed Lawn Distress Ink for my grassy hillside. And I'm not putting sparkle on that because I didn't think it should be sparkly. Now it's time to assemble the card. So I'm going to fold over where the score marks are, and I'll use a bone folder to flatten that out. Also, I'm going to use Scrappy Tape, and you just put that where the folds are. Now you notice I'm wiping up with a paper towel. I don't know if it picked up on camera, but a little bit of blue ink got onto my panel. I must not have wiped off my work surface as much as I thought I did. Now the water panels will go inside the card, and I just fold over those also where the creases are and add Scrappy Tape. Now I did have trouble with this Scrappy Tape. Every time I tried to peel off the paper, at least on the blue pieces, the whole thing would peel off, and I was having trouble getting it to stick. So on the sides where I had trouble with that, I just ended up using my Nuvo Deluxe glue instead. Now you see me playing with the card quite a bit. It's been a while since I put one of these together, and also I was trying to figure out where I wanted the water panels to go. So I decided I wanted the skinnier one on the bottom and the larger one on top. So I had to play with it to make sure that you could see everything when I added the grass. So you'll put those on one side of the panel and attach the two rectangle panels together just on one side, and then once you get these adhered, then you can put the whole thing together. I think I made it look more difficult than it was, but I think it's because I had a while since I have done this and I was just playing around to make sure I was doing it correctly. Now that I got my card assembled how I wanted, I'm going to add my grassy border on the front. And I cut off the tabs because those are for putting it inside the shadow box, but I'm going to put it in front. Next, I use my Nuvo Deluxe glue to add my different images that I already colored and cut out. And I put those in front of the borders and also behind to give it a little bit more depth. Now at one point you'll see me glue on a swan, and then it kind of cuts out because my camera died and I had to go recharge it. I colored and cut out more images than I needed, but I like doing that because then you do it while you already have your markers out, and also then I have plenty of images to choose from, so I have just what I want. And also that way you can also save the images for future card making, and then the next cards will go quicker because you already have images made. Finally, I use my glue to attach the clouds to the top of my card, and then I also add some crystal stickles along the bottom of the clouds to give it some extra pizzazz. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please give it a like, and if you're not already a subscriber, I'd really appreciate if you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.